Energy. Humanity is deeply dependent on energy to power economies and produce goods and services. As populations increase and countries develop and industrialize, global energy production will continue to rise. Until the 1880s, nearly all energy was supplied by renewable sources such as muscle power and fuel wood. Today, electricity is the main means used to store and transport energy in the United States and other industrialized nations. Electricity is generated at power plants by turbines and generators. Turbines are turned by the energy from primary renewable and non-renewable sources. The turbine shafts are connected to generators. As the shafts inside generators turn, electric current is produced in the wires. The mechanical energy of the moving wire is converted into the electrical energy of the current flowing in the wire. The electricity travels many hundreds of miles along an enormous complex network of lines, structures, and devices called simply the grid. Non-renewable energy sources take millions of years to form, so if used to the point of depletion, more cannot be regenerated for a geologically long time. The four main categories of non-renewable energy sources in the United States are coal, oil, natural gas, and nuclear fission. Coal is the most abundant non-renewable energy source in the world. It is also the dirtiest. Mining coal has an enormous negative impact on the environment. Coal combustion produces copious amounts of pollution and solid waste. Coal is used to produce over 50% of the electricity in the United States. Crude oil or liquid petroleum is a fossil fuel refined into many different energy products such as gasoline, diesel, paraffin, kerosene, jet fuel, propane, and heating oil. Being liquid and relatively easy to transport long distances, oil is often viewed as an ideal fuel. However, like coal, oil has an enormous negative impact on the environment. Unlike coal and oil, natural gas burns relatively cleanly. Natural gas is a mixture of highly flammable and odorless gases, the most common being methane, ethane, propane, and butane. Natural gas is moved by pipelines from the producing fields to consumers in a pattern similar to the grid. Nuclear power plants generate about 20% of electricity in the United States with no air pollution or carbon dioxide emissions. Properly operating nuclear reactor plants release little radiation. In fact, coal-fired power plants release more radiation than nuclear plants. Spent fuel and other radioactive wastes are the principal environmental concerns for nuclear power. Renewable energy sources are those that can be regenerated, which means new materials are replenished at a rate comparable to the rate of consumption. Renewable energy sources account for 7% of all energy used in the United States. However, primary energy sources with slow rates of renewal must still be conserved and protected from pollution, damage, or overuse to the point they are no longer fit for use. The five main categories of renewable energy sources in the United States are solar, wind, hydropower, biomass, and geothermal. Sunlight is the ultimate source of energy on Earth, powering the entire global ecosystem. More energy from the sun falls on the Earth in 1 hour than is used by everyone in the world in 1 year. Passive solar systems use materials that absorb and store the sun's heat during the day and slowly release heat at night. Active solar systems use photovoltaic cells, PVs, to convert sunlight directly into electricity. Wind is also a form of solar energy. Winds are caused by the uneven heating of the atmosphere by the sun, irregularities of the Earth's surface, and rotation of the Earth. About 1 to 2% of the energy coming from the sun is converted into wind energy. Windmills and wind turbines have been used for hundreds of years to pump water and oil from wells and to grind grain and other materials. The wind itself can also be used to sail ships. Wind turbines convert the kinetic energy of the wind into mechanical power. Humans have tapped the power of moving water for thousands of years. Hydropower extracts energy from moving water. Hydropower is often subdivided into large, non-renewable hydro, including dams and reservoirs, and small, renewable hydro. Renewable hydropower includes naturally occurring waterfalls, run-of-river projects, wave, tidal, current, thermal gradient, and osmotic power. Biomass is the oldest known source of renewable energy. Humans have been using it since we discovered fire. Solar energy through photosynthesis provides biomass. Biomass consists of wood, manure or dung, residues from agriculture or forestry, grassy and woody plants, oil-rich algae, the organic component of municipal and industrial wastes, and other forms of organic material. Users extract energy from biomass by burning biomass directly or converting biomass to gaseous or liquid fuels. The two most common types of biofuels in use today are ethanol and biodiesel. Geothermal power uses the heat coming from deep under the surface of the Earth. The temperature of the Earth increases towards its center. The hot water or steam coming from geothermal reservoirs can be used in direct systems for heating, bathing, cooking, snow removal, or in direct systems to generate electricity. There is no reason, from either a technological or an economic standpoint, why the world cannot enjoy the benefits of both high levels of energy use and a better environment. Scientists and engineers can develop technologies to solve energy and climate problems wisely, and lay people can change their behaviors to reduce the impacts they have on the planet. There are many things people can do to conserve energy and use it more efficiently.